Hello, Danhausen here. Danhausen here to let you know that you are watching Dre41 Gaming. They do video games of some sort. Who knows? Danhausen doesn't. But you're very nice, very evil, do time. And if you do not watch this channel, you shall rue the day.
What's up, y'all? It is your boy Dre41, aka Mr. 4K, aka El Fuego, Spicy Dre, aka I Am the Ops. Welcome to another episode of the Let's Talk podcast. On here with my co-host.
Yeah, I am what do they call it? The quiet storm of call. Ken Washington. That's me.
That was it.
I mean, I could go through all my call ones, but just for me, because of my recordings, I get called the quiet storm of call. So that's the one I'm gonna stick with.
Got you. Okay, good enough. Well,
Good enough.
we were speaking for about like 45 minutes before this podcast started on things that we could not have let you hear. So that's kind of how things work.
That's how it always seems to work.
Yeah, usually it's a bunch of things that we just can't. I mean, it'll be a spicy episode. It'll be very spicy.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, it'll make some people mad. Not really.
Social media.
I think it'll entertain people.
But for those who there's a lot more that would probably catch offense than didn't. So we had to delete some Twitters and some social medias.
I don't think people are as sensitive as they make themselves to be. I feel like, honestly,
they are behind the keyboard.
I feel like I can say whatever I want.
See, here we go. We're about to get way off track already.
I feel like I can say whatever I want.
You got it.
On this episode, we wanted to talk about the Mount Rushmore of tag teams. So both of us have our 4 selections. What we'll do is take turns saying each one and some of the accomplishments and some of, if we can note them, some matches that I think makes them legends or within the realm of being in that Mount Rushmore of top 4 tag teams. All right, so do I start or do you?
You can go ahead and start.
All right, bet. So hopefully we don't have the same ones. I hope we don't have the same ones, because that would be so garbage if we had.
That'd be hilarious. It always seems to happen.
Yeah, but I hope we don't. All right, so the first one is going to be for me. Now, this tag team for me is one that I grew up watching, and my main thing is, right, for like a tag team to be great for me, one of the big aspects is chemistry. So they don't necessarily have to be brought in as a tag team. They could be put together. And if that like becomes something where it's like greatness personified within tag teams, then that's the best thing. Like, I feel like that's like the best thing, if anything, because right there you're showing initiative that, even though they threw us together, we're still able to bring the best out of each other and then make something special happen. So first team for me, because I grew up watching them and they just threw them together and they made it work, New Age Outlaws. New Age Outlaws is on my Mount Rushmore. I knew it. You picked them, didn't you?
I was going to, but I have a contingency, so you can have them.
Bet. All right, cool. So New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg Jesse James, Badass Billy Gunn. That's my team. Like, and my whole thing was initially was them just being jerks. Like, they were just so entertaining as jerks. And this was before they was with DX. This is when they was beefing with LOD. And I mean, it was just, it was great because you got to see them really grow, and you got to see like how WWE booked them into like really becoming stars by beating the LOD. You know what I'm saying? And making fun of them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they used to come out with South Park shirts, and like they were just so cool to watch. And then like me meeting Billy Gunn, that was super cool. Like, homeboy tall as hell. Like, I ain't know, like homeboy like 6'5", 6'6". Homeboy tall as hell. But they were super cool. Like, even growing up, just watching them, like even the entrance was entertaining. Like, they were able to entertain you from the entrance to the end of the match. And that right there is like a huge thing. It's like some tag teams entrances are trash. but they can work, and or their entrance is good, but they can't work, and it's just like what am I watching? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Yeah.
I feel like them, and then it's something that you can always remember and go over. Same thing like what Enzo and Cass did. They kind of copied or emulated the New Age Outlaws with Road Dogg coming out and he's always talking. You know what I'm saying? But he says the same thing every week, so you're able to go with them, and that makes it enjoyable. And then with them joining with DX, that was way over the hill. Like they made it. They popping.
Yeah,
Multiple
it
time
was
tag team champions.
top notch.
What they won? They won the WWE Tag Team Championship one time. They won the WWF World Tag Team Championship 5 times. They won the Maryland Championship Wrestling Tag Team Championship 1 time. And
I
then
don't like how you look when you said Maryland like that.
I know
I'm like,
Maryland. I'm reading it because I don't know. I don't remember this happening. I mean, it was on
well, because
Independent.
yeah, I'm about to say that's an independent joint.
Yeah, TWA Powerhouse Tag Team Championship 1 time. So I mean, they did their thing. They did their thing. Like it's not like 10, 12, 13-time world champions, but they definitely did their thing. And once again, this is a team that was thrown together and they made it work. So they're definitely the first team on my Mount Rushmore of top tag teams in wrestling. All on you, sir.
Oh man, yeah, you kind of sold me on that, but it's all right. We knew that this was gonna happen. We knew that we was gonna pick the same team. It's somewhere down the line, and
Well, at least we got out the way first. Hopefully, I know we
hopefully.
didn't, but it's fine.
So one of my favorite tag teams, because one of my favorite wrestlers is in there. Um, and I don't know why when they came together, I don't know why it worked for me because they had been doing different things, but it's the acolytes, the APA, whatever you want to call them. For they just had a chemistry, just oh my god, just brutalizing people. JBL with that chef's kiss of a clothesline, and that was when
Mm-hmm.
Farouk, Ron Simmons was doing that Dominator and like that spine buster where it wasn't really a spine buster, it was just him introducing you to the mat from the highest point he could find. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was good stuff. They won. I don't know how many. I'm not looking at how
You don't
many
even got
times
their
they
stats
won.
up. See,
No,
you
I
ain't
sure
even got.
don't. I'm basing mine not just off of like their championships.
But it's
I'm,
good to have. I'm just
it
saying.
is good to have, but it is what it is.
All right, so let me ask you a question. What was your favorite like rendition of them? Was it like acolytes with the corporate ministry? Was it the
Oh no, it was
acolytes
the
after
APA.
APA?
It was
Okay,
the APA when they had the whole like fake door. You had to knock on the door and come through for that. That was my like they were hired guns basically, but they
okay,
were still like that tag team. Like when they came out with the tights and they APA on it, they were still ready to rock. So that was my favorite version
okay.
of the acolytes. I didn't really care for the ministry's APA. Like it took me a while to grow on them when they were in the ministry. It just didn't feel like they fit to me in the ministry, but that's a whole another conversation.
I mean, I think with them it was just like they needed like a heavy tag team, and that was like the only ones really. I mean, they weren't doing nothing with Farouk. They weren't doing nothing with Bradshaw, so it was just like, oh, just throw them together.
They
And
never
like I
did
said,
anything real. Never mind. They left Farouk out of a lot of stuff they shouldn't have. Fucking
not
Farouk.
no, well, okay. No, in retrospect, looking back at it, they put him in. They kept him busy for a long time
They did
until
keep
they
him
did.
busy, but I don't know. I just the tag team relegation of it. Like he was great in the tag team, which is why they made it, but
Mm.
I don't it was just never mind. That's
No,
a
put it
off
out there. Get canceled. Go ahead, do your thing.
for Ron Simmons to go from like the prominence of the world title and he goes to WWE and I don't like it's like they sold him to the Rock when he like the Nation Rock when he was first like coming into his own. You know what I'm talking about? Like when when he was trying to take it over from Ron, and then Owen Hart appears, and it just got real. The nation just got real weird.
I mean, the writing was on the wall. The Rock was like the next guy.
Oh no! I'm not saying they sold him out in like a bad way to the Rock. It was just like that whole exit from the nation,
Being kicked out.
yeah, that whole thing was weird to me. And then the formation of the APA or the Acolytes, I guess I didn't see that coming. It worked out, but I
Right.
didn't see it coming in. Would you consider them a thrown together tag team?
Hell yeah, they was thrown it because okay. The only
Because
reason why they
JBL was the whole cowboy deal with that.
Justin Hawk Bradshaw, that's
Oh
who he
my
was.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that
And there was nothing. He was doing nothing, right?
big, nasty mustache.
I think what happened? What happened? It was doing. I think the last time he was really doing something was the Brawl for All, and he got beat up.
Yeah.
And then that's when, right before the ministry, the
Yeah.
corporate ministry, and that's when he joined up, and they thrown him with Farouk, and they were called the Acolytes
Yeah. With that weird symbolisms on their
on their
chest.
chest. Yeah, I don't even think that meant anything. I just think it was like just throw something on it.
Yeah.
Don't make it look demonic. Like that's it. Just throw something
Or
on their
make
chest.
it look demonic because I was.
Oh, that was just circles and lines. That's all it was. Who
It
knows?
could have been, but it was never like it's one of those yada yada things. It was never explained. Like, was that there because that's what he was using to keep control of them in the ministry, or was it
Just
just there just to look cool?
no. I who knows? Like they made JBL dye his hair black, jet black, and was just like, here, throw this, dress like fruit, and y'all just
Y'all
y'all
got it.
just weird as.
Y'all too big. What? No, I'm not saying that. That's that Big E stuff.
Don't do that. But yeah, they threw them together. Okay, so our first teams are teams that were thrown together, randomly thrown together,
Yeah,
super randomly.
super randomly. Yes.
Yes. My next team. It's my turn now. My next team. I hope you don't have them on there, but I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. This team, I would say they're kind of thrown together. I'm gonna say they were kind of thrown together. I think a majority of my teams were thrown together here. 3 out of the 4 were thrown together. Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. I knew it. Yeah, let's go, champ. All right. So initially they were enemies. In ECW, which was a little bit odd because it's like you bring someone in to go against their brother, and it's just like that. To me, that didn't make any sense. Now, at this time, I was watching it here and there. Like I couldn't catch it all the time. Like every time it came
What
out.
ECW?
Yeah, I couldn't catch it every time because it was on MSG for me in the Northeast. It was on MSG, but it was like it was like here and there. Like the syndication was not great, and then it would be on like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it was
Bro,
on a
I'm not staying up that late.
1 in the morning on channel 15 for me. Like I was supposed to be asleep, but I had to watch Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, like for me, it was just like I never initially was like, all right, I'm going to like attempt to stay up and watch it. It was like I stumbled on it. Like I remember I was watching Shotgun Saturday Night, and that went off. This is when it came on at night. And it was just like, oh, what's this on MSG? Wait a minute, what? Huh? Like I stumbled on it, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's what's up. But I remember I didn't see when they initially became a team. I didn't see that part. But I did see like after that when they had the tie dye and they had the Dudley Boy shirt and they were constantly and I don't even think they ever explained it, but it was just like they always had like an issue with Spike. Like you see it like all the time. Like
Oh yeah,
they're
they
all
would team
half
with him and
brothers.
then wind up like
No, I don't think they ever teamed with him in ECW. Unless there's something I missed. But they were never.
was like I don't think they were like coming out together, but I think it was like just one like maybe a one off where they tagged with him.
I don't think so.
I could be mistaken. Hold on.
See, you gonna have them coming after you. You said it. You could have just not said it. You could have just not said it, and everything would have been fine. But now you said it. You said they teamed up in ECW. I don't think they did. See, now you looking. All right, I'm gonna keep on talking while you looking, and you're wrong, but it's fine. So excuse me. So for them to be like put together, and then it was a situation where they were like the most hated team, and that was like great. Now you can tell like initially that like not Devon, Bubba was like the leader of the team because it was just like a majority of the time Bubba was always on the mic. And I think he had a more established character. I don't think Devon really had like a great character up until when he became Reverend Devon, and when he was doing that Reverend joint. I think that honestly, I did not mind it. I did not mind the Reverend Devon thing. I think he should have used it more when they like returned to being the Dudleys. I think he should have used like the like some biblical sayings like Jules Winfield from Pulp Fiction, like something like that. I think that would have been tough for him, but whatever, it is what it is. Multiple time tag team champions, All Japan, ECW 8 times. In Hustle, that was Tajiri's promotion. They won tag team championships, IWGP tag team championships 2 times. They won the WCW joints. They won the TNA joints. They won the WWE, WWF, WCW joints. So it was just like, bruh, and literally, as far as success goes, I don't think in regards to like, I would say, to be honest, they're like the Ric Flairs of tag team. Like you can't have a top 5 without having the Dudleys. Number one is because the table spot, that's theirs. Like get the tables, fans chanting, we want tables. Like they had a WWE video on YouTube that I was watching. And Bubba was right. People don't chant, we want chairs or we want ladders. They say we want tables. Why? Because of the Dudley Boys. They're right on that. I can't even argue that. You can't argue that.
No, I'm not. I was just so I'm gonna cut you off right quick. So the Dudleys, Bubba Ray and Devon came together. Bubba Ray was with Spike, and Sandman was fighting Devon. Bubba Ray came in with a chair and was going to hit Devon and turn and hit Sandman, and then he turned on Spike. So he wasn't with both Dudleys. He was just with Bubba, and then they turned on him immediately. Like ECW Crossing the Line in 1997.
Okay.
So that's when they first came together.
Okay. Got you. All right. So
we answered both questions at the same time. I know I'm good for something.
Allegedly. But I mean, it is what it is.
Better than some you work for.
Well, that's getting cut out the video. So yeah, so they're very successful. They got the 3D, which the 3D is like, the 3D is always going to be like top 5 best like tag team finishers. Like I would say the Doomsday Device, Total Elimination, the 3D. I would have to say like it was Eddie Guerrero and who? No, it wasn't Eddie Guerrero. Somebody did the Brainbuster Frog Splash. Who did that? Who did that combination? Was it Eddie Guerrero doing that? I forget.
I forget. Feel like that was Eddie Guerrero.
Like I forget, but it's like
we're those getting older, right, sir. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah. That is true. But yeah, the Dudley Boys for me, put together, they made it work. They were in the business where they can win multiple championships in multiple companies. They can be over in multiple companies. Fans chant for them. They made the table spot like the was up spot. Even Devon going on his own and doing a Reverend joint, bringing in Batista. Like, come on, Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? Can't take nothing away from them. So, my second team on my Mount Rushmore is definitely the Dubs.
All right. Well, if this team is on your list, I would not be surprised. But mine is Edge and Christian. Yeah, Edge and Christian.
Okay. Okay.
7-time tag titles together. They also held the ICW Street Fight Tag Championships twice. Don't know what the hell
Where is
that is.
that? Who? Where?
The ICW Street Fight Tag Championships twice, and whatever the SSW Tag Championship once during their time on the independent circuit.
Never heard of that.
But they are 7-time tag team champions. And for Edge and Christian, I have always been a fan because I always thought that they could do it on their own, and they have. And they were also, no offense to Gangrel, but they kind of made the Brood. Come on, he had the music, but Edge and Christian once they got, I guess you could say, their feet under them in WWE. Like once they got some traction with their tag wrestling, then that was off to the races for them. Because then Gangrel fell off by the wayside, and it was just Edge and Christian with this. Even though it was more Edge because they used his music, but whatever.
I guess. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And then again, like I said, they're no Edge is a Hall of Famer. I don't think
Christians.
WWE loved Christian
They
enough.
did. The Christian will never be on.
Not in WWE at least. He'll get it from
Not
TNA
anywhere.
possibly.
Maybe the Cauliflower Club. Huh?
You don't you don't think he'll get it from TNA at least?
They don't even do they do that every year? I don't think they do it
Yeah,
every year.
they induct one person. Like this year's was Rhino. Uh
They end up Rhino.
TNA did, yeah.
Ooh, thin
And then
roster. I'm sorry, it is. What was he? TNA champion one time? Like Rhino? Rhino. Rhino.
yeah.
He didn't even do. Never mind. Go ahead. I bet.
I think they got Kurt Angle, Sting, Rhino. I don't know who else. Because they ain't been doing it forever, but it's like they induct like one person a year. But I
That's
just
so
figure,
ass.
Christian's best singles work is probably now, but he did do a pretty good singles run in TNA for Christian.
They had him with Tyson Tonka.
He was still a multi-time NWA champion over
He
there.
was at like, bro. I bet. Stand by that. That's your man.
I,
Stand by
I
that. I'm not even. I'm not gonna do it. I felt like it, but I'm not gonna
and
do
then
it.
and then as a tag team, going off of your Dudley boys and one other team that might make this list, might not. The TLC was born.
That's what I forgot to say too. I forgot about that.
That
Right.
has been had a whole pay-per-view named after it now. It's like washed out now, but
It's so funny. They got a pay-per-view named after a match that made famous by three teams that
that
aren't in WWE. I love it.
it's great, isn't it? But yeah, no, but yeah, no, that's why for me, Edge and plus when I look at Edge and Christian, they never actually had like a real tag team finisher, like where one would tag the other and they did a finisher. It was always one or the other finished the match,
It might be true.
and that was very interesting to me for a tag team.
You might be. I think you're right on that one. They didn't have a tag team finisher.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Hmm.
Because even in the WWE games, I don't remember them having an actual like tag team finisher.
No, I don't think they did. Unless I'm tweaking. I don't know. I don't think they did.
I
Hmm.
don't think they did either. Because
That's
his
interesting.
finisher was the unprettier and his was the spear. So what could they have? There's nothing that they could have done together
No, I got
that
to
would
look
have.
now.
See, I done started something.
Hold on. I bet you the sun's gonna pop up. Oh, wait a minute. You might got something here. As your hit their finishers. What is this? Hold on. We might have something here, G's. We might have something here. Hold on. No, I don't think we got something here. Because I'm looking at WWE 13 and I'm
They
looking at.
didn't use that to finish people though. That
Hold on.
clothesline spear thing.
Oh yeah.
They didn't.
They
That
never did
wasn't a
that. They never.
finisher.
That's why. That's what it just showed. The
Yeah, I
clothesline
know it's
spear.
when you. Yeah, because I'm looking
So
at the
that
same
they
thing.
never did that. They never beat nobody with
Not that
that.
I'm aware of.
Hmm. That's interesting. But I guess you're right. Then they never had tag team finisher. That's interesting. Hmm. Okay. That. You good now? That's your
Yeah,
second joint.
yeah.
Okay. Bet. All right. So my third joint, right? I know he didn't pick this team for sure, and this is so out of left field, right? And once again, this goes with my whole thought process of you throw a team together, you throw two single stars together, and they make it work. Now, to be fair, both of them are from other teams / factions, but they were thrown together, and damn it, they made magic happen. They made magic happen so much that both of them went to WWE, even though one just couldn't make it happen, which I don't even understand how that happened, but it is what it is. So my third team to go on my Mount Rushmore of greatest tag teams, Beer Money. Uh, Robert Roode, James. Why are you laughing?
Because they got some consideration. They didn't make my list, but they did get some consideration because Beer Money was something special, and they came
Yeah,
together.
yo, they had the gimmick down packed.
Beer
A great name.
Money
My my boy James Storm used to come out on
on that little
a
keg joint.
cooler go kart, a
Yeah.
little scooter, homeboy, little scooter,
Oh
cooler.
my God, that's
Yo, but they
great.
had the shirts. Yo, they shirts were so tough because Robert Roode had the money thing going on, and then James Storm had the little cowboy skull thing. You throw that together on a shirt. What? I wish I could have got one of those shirts. That was something that I did miss out on, like getting like a Beer Money shirt. Um, as far as tag team championships go, they okay, so it was only TNA that they were ever in together as tag
As a
teams.
tag team, yeah.
Right. So tag team champions 5 times. Now, to put that in retrospect, the New Age Outlaws were only 5-time tag team champions too. So they're right there with me. Like they're right here. Like as far as throwing together tag teams, like they had two guys. I'm not going to say that they were floundering because Robert Roode always was doing something. James
In
Storm was
TNA, yeah, they
right,
was always busy in TNA.
and James Storm was from America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
Where he was in a great tag team as well. So they were already established stars to say, but still, them being thrown together and making it work was like the best thing. Like they had great matches. They had the theme song. Once again, something that the fans once again when the match starts, from the music to the when the bell rings, it's always something that you can add yourself to. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
yeah.
like that was so cool that little bit of time. And honestly, that was the time when TNA was like here. Like they were the second biggest company.
Yeah,
They were the second biggest company at that time. You know what I'm saying? That was before Hogan and Bischoff came in there and just destroyed everything.
like they
Um,
do everything.
yeah, as they do. But yeah, I have to say Beer Money. Two single stars who were great, and both of them former world champions. Both of them won the world championship. No, sorry. James Storm won the TNA championship. Robert Roode won the King of the Mountain championship, which I guess
No,
that's
Rude had the world title. That's how he
no, he
turned.
didn't, sir.
Oh
No, he
God,
didn't.
he hit damn Storm over the head to win the title with a beer
Hold on, was
bottle.
he? Hold on, let me do my research.
You talking to somebody who was an avid, still kind of it. Well, not
No,
anymore.
you don't. You don't watch
But
TNA. Stop lying. None of us
yes,
do.
I was in the front row when they was here in Fayetteville.
None of us was. Oh, he was heavyweight champion 2 times.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, what was that you were saying?
Huh?
No apology. Got it. Let's
I'm sorry. I blocked out for a second.
go.
So, and here's the funny thing. Like they had like Jacqueline as a manager. They had Ric Flair as a manager, which was like really stupid. Like, why is Ric Flair the manager for Beer Money? That was so dumb.
Wasn't that when they was trying that whole like
A Fortune.
Fortune 4
It was so dumb because
busted
it was supposed to be
evolution?
4, but it wasn't 4 people. It was
It was
like
like
6
12
people.
people. Yeah, because they had
AJ Styles.
AJ
They
Styles,
had
Desmond Wolf,
Desmond Wolf,
uh Beer
uh,
Money, Flair, and
Kazarian. Kazarian
Kazarian.
was in it.
Because that
It
was
was
when
stupid.
Flair got into the woo off with Jay Lethal.
Yeah, it was so stupid. It was so dumb. It didn't make any
They all
sense.
holding up Fortune 4 like this, but there's like
Yeah, but
12
it's
of
like
them in the
it's
ring.
more than 4 of you,
And then
including Ric Flair.
they joined Bischoff's group too, so it definitely was more than 4 of them.
It was dumb. It was like a faction within a faction. Once again, they were up.
It was like the WCW joint where they made the New Blood. That was just like a whole bunch of
It was
factions
so
together.
dumb. New
It's
Blood was
so
so
stupid.
dumb. But let's not get on subject. I don't wanna go dive too deep into nonsense. Um, but yeah, like
Whatever
that
say
was
so. Pop in on it.
like I said, I give it to them for being able to really make it work. Great thrown together team. They won multiple championships as a team. The problem is, I felt like they could have did more if they kept them together and they like let them go on an excursion and go to like different companies and championships and things like that. I think they could have been a bigger team. I feel like they could have been a bigger team, but because they were just in TNA and that's it, it kind of just relegated them to like a great team within this company as opposed to a great team in professional wrestling. I want to say, I feel like that because it's like New Age Outlaws, they won titles in different companies. So
Yeah.
for me, it's like they're bigger. The Dudleys won championships in different companies. That makes them bigger. Beer Money is just like they're great right here.
Some of the tag teams get kind of weird because, as much as people will probably expect me to say, I will never say the New Day because I'm not a I don't know. Their title reigns are weird to me, but I think that's
Well, it's
because
the
it's not.
Freebird rule.
Yeah. But it's so I kind of don't count them because of that, I guess. Because I'm thinking, for me, I was thinking like legit, just it's that tag team, not with the Freebird rule. So they wouldn't make it more for that than the fact that I hated what the group became until recently.
Mm.
But yeah,
Oh, so you
so
like the heel?
I was always hoping they was going to be heel.
Mm.
When they first came in and they were heel, I was like, okay, I feel like we got something, we can make something with the New Day. And then the next thing I know, they talking about bootios and weird shit like that. And I was like, all right, I'm out. Like I was hoping that they would turn into the Hurt Business before the Hurt Business.
They couldn't have did that. There was no.
Not just like a serious faction of a certain minority
You
instead
wanted
of
the
the
Nation of
comedic
Domination. No,
instead of
that's
a
what people were
comedic.
thinking about beforehand. They thought it was going to be the Nation.
I
That's
didn't want like a rip off of the Nation, just not like the comedic stupid. I mean, I know that it's stuff that they like, but like it just got out of hand to me. Like the once it got to the bootios, I was long past done with that. I was like, all right, I'm good on this. They talking about don't be booty. All right, okay, that's
but
PG
it
for
was
sure.
catchy. It was catchy. Don't hate. It was catchy.
No, I'm hating. No, I'll let you know I'm hating. I didn't. I hated it from one side to the other. And I'm a huge fan of Kofi and
You
Big
playing
E.
your Baltimore show, but go ahead. It's fine.
Wow, you right. Can't fight that too much. All right. So I guess it's on me now.
It's on you. Yeah, it's on you.
All right. So my next team is actually, I believe they would consider it a weird team to be on my Mount Rushmore, but the world's greatest tag team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas.
That is intriguing.
I was the whole team angle thing was a big thing for me.
Mm.
And the ring or the fluidity between Haas and Benjamin, even though they broke him up for him to go with Rico and his wife, That's not fine.
It
They
was
should have
dumb.
just let.
Yeah.
They should have just left him with Shelton. Might not have had all these problems. Hell, they might have had way more. But anyway, the fluidity between those two, just for those couple, it felt like they had been doing it forever. And I know they won. It says here they won the ROH tag titles twice, and they won the WWE tag team championships twice. So they're 4-time tag champions.
Mm-hmm.
The ROH ones people might not know about.
I remember that.
I did not until I looked. But I've always been a big fan of tag team, and that was their ROH tag matches were great. Their WWE tag matches to be on such a much larger scale were great. It felt like they were just meant to do that as a tag team. So the world's greatest tag team, probably the only time Haas will make a list ever, but they together they had something that is very hard for me to recreate out because they were going up against the likes of Eddie and Chavo Guerrero having like great matches as a tag team. Just of course they won the titles twice. Who'd they win it from?
Probably Los Guerreros.
Yeah, one was Los Guerreros, but I don't remember if the other one was Miz and Morrison or
Miz and Morrison. Whoa, you going way too far. That's way after their time. Miz and Morrison? The world's greatest tag team and Miz and Morrison? Sir.
Don't mind me.
You might be losing it over there. You might be losing it. I don't know if we can run with that one. That one sounds crazy. I'm gonna put it out there. You sound a little bit.
That one is a couple years too late. So what?
Yeah, too early. Way too early.
I don't know who I'm thinking about, then.
Right.
I'm thinking of somebody with long hair. Was it he who should not be named?
No. What? Who? What?
A Wolverine and a tag partner.
I have not the finest idea who you're talking about, sir.
That's why I said he who should not be named. You said who? What? Who? I had to give you some kind of.
I don't think that person exists.
Unknown hint because we don't know who that is.
Annals of WWE. I don't think that person exists.
He doesn't exist at all. Fuck just WWE. Anyway, well, go ahead. I got to figure out who they.
Okay, bet. All right, so I was thinking about something when you were talking about the world's greatest tag team in their run of Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah.
It slipped my mind that I'm going to have to remove, and thank goodness I didn't say their names for my last pick. But now I'm going to have to say
Unknown and Edge.
Oh, they be he who should not be named an Edge?
Yeah.
Okay. That was a thrown together. I hate when they do that, thrown together just to win titles, just to drop. Whatever. My pick for the last team on my Mount Rushmore of greatest tag teams is going to have to be Mark and Jay Briscoe, the Briscoe brothers. I have to.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Those dudes right there were like, they lived the gimmick. They lived.
Oh yeah. No, they really everything about it.
There was no difference between who they were in the ring and out the ring, and they were just entertaining. Not only that, Jay Briscoe was a single star. He within Ring of Honor. Let's just put it out there. Within Ring of Honor, he was their Stone Cold. Like he was that guy.
Even his own.
He had his own custom championship.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't have rocked it, but he got it.
Yeah. Little stuff on there I didn't agree with, but it's cool. Do your thing. Rock on. Tag team wise, matter of fact, let me bring up their joints. Because I didn't have them up until you said Ringo. I had a different team. I'm not even gonna say who they were, but
hey, you'll tell me when we get off because I need to know now. You can't just like my thing says annoying Dre 41 daily. I'll text you something, dude. It's just gonna leave me out there in the fucking dark.
Yo, they won so many tag team championships. It's not even funny. Full Impact Pro 1 time. Game Changer Wrestling 3 times. So we have 4. The House of Glory one time, that's 5. Impact Tag Team Champion, 6. The JCW, not the heavyweight championship, that doesn't matter. Juggalo Tag Team Championship, that's 7. IWGP Tag Team, 1. Never open weight, I wouldn't even consider that one. NWA Wildside, 1. We're already at 9. Pro Wrestling Noah, that's another one, that's 10. The Real Championship Wrestling, that's kind of a stupid name. They won the tag team titles, that's 11. Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, 13 times. 13 times.
Yeah, they lived for those Ring of Honor championships.
Yeah, like they were about that. They won Tag Team of the Year, Tag Team of the Decade, Tag Team of the Year, Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. Like, these guys were the team. Like, they were Ring of Honor's like franchise tag team. Like, that's what they were. And I swear, like, I feel like they would have eventually won the Ring of Honor titles in AEW. And I think over time, they would have allowed Jay Briscoe on television, and they would have won the AEW Tag Team Championships. I feel like they make him suffer a little bit for the things that he said. Okay, he was sorry, he apologized for it. And then eventually they probably would have got him on TV, got, the tag team titles in AEW. So I'm definitely got to put the Briscoes on there. They're actual legit brothers, not gimmick brothers like the Dudleys or, whatever.
You couldn't tell that the Dudleys were gimmick brothers? Sorry. A Baltimore shonen. Leave me alone.
I wonder if they still rock Rockports up there, because that's crazy work to be wearing Rockports. I don't even understand how kids even wanted to. I don't even understand.
Where's
It's
my
fine.
heat at? I'm so
I
tired.
don't even understand.
It's over there in its case. I'm gonna leave it there for now.
Don't
I'll bring it
understand.
when I drive up there, because I won't be able to take that on a plane.
I'm telling. So yeah, the Briscoes definitely up there, man. Honestly, if I had to rank mine, I would have to say that the New Age Outlaws and the Briscoes would be fighting for that number 1 spot.
I wouldn't.
But then I can't really take that much away from the Dudleys, because they won so many championships too. It would have to be a 3-way tie for number 1 between the New Age Outlaws, the Dudleys, and the Briscoes. Beer Money, they only won it 5 times, so they way down there. But yeah, man, like that's my Mount Rushmore, man. I'm ending off with the Briscoes. I got to give it to they the truth. They are the truth.
All right. So my final team. Surprised you didn't say him, but you might not have been as big of a fan as I was. Well, I don't know. Everybody seemed to be a fan of him. My last team is the Legion of Doom, Road
Okay.
Warriors, whichever one you want to call them. Those two dudes, like, again, just two big guys that just their whole reason to come to the ring is to beat you up. just
Yep.
beat you up. You sit on one shoulder and the other one, yeah, you about to hold all this big forearm as I flip you over his back. And they
Unless you're one of the Godwins, then they're just gonna make sure you drop on your head and break your neck. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh my god. All right, yeah, that. It's just a neck.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll grow back.
I mean, and their list of accomplishments, just everywhere they went, all kinds of champions, like everybody.
NWA, WCW,
NWA, yep.
WWF.
Who is it? AWA World Tag Team Championship, NWA International Tag Team Champions 2, NWA Tag Titles 3 times, the World Japan Tag Champions. They won a NWA Tag Team Tournament, IWS Tag Team Champion, iGeneration Tag Team Champion 3 times, 6-man Tag Team Championship for NWA with Dusty Rhodes twice, and Gennaro. Oh God, I always tell his name. Tenryu. Sure.
Genichiro
Uh,
Tenryu.
yeah, you got it. Your tongue
Okay.
works better than mine.
Hey yo, hey
Wow.
yo, hey, hey
Pause. Super pause.
yo.
Scratch that
That
shit from
was
the record.
crazy. Yo.
Scratch that shit from the record. That didn't happen.
What is going on? Hey,
No idea, but I'm
that's
about
what
to
we do
leave
in
now.
Baltimore? I'm never visiting
Not at
that.
all.
Hey,
WWF Tag Champions twice, IWGP Tag Championships twice, or whatever the fuck the UWA World Tag Team Championships
that's
one
Japan.
time. That says Mexico.
UWA, isn't that Japan?
It's operated out of Japan and Mexico, but
Oh,
it
okay. That's
has
what I thought.
specifically Mexico on here above it.
Gotcha.
So I guess they want it in Mexico. That would be my guess. But
Okay.
yeah, that would be my team. Even though I had to look up a lot of their matches because that watered down whatever they did with Heidenreich and Animal. That wasn't
Oh, Hawk
even.
was dead, so I mean, it's
I know that wasn't even real. Like wasting time bringing that back hurt my soul a little bit because they had always been one of my favorite tag
but
teams.
but it was a commodity that still had value.
Yeah, but they killed the
I just think they
value.
picked the wrong person.
They killed
I
the
think
value though.
I think if Draws never broke his neck, he would have been a good replacement for Hawk.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
felt
could
like
definitely see
if
that.
he was invested in wanting to keep the Road Warrior slash LOD name going, he would have been a good replacement.
Oh yeah, no, I can see. Actually, I might have thought about that a long time
Draws
ago,
was
but
my
yeah,
guy back in the
Draws
day.
was
Draws,
cool.
yeah, that was my homie. He was different, and I liked it. Plus, he was a former player in the Denver Broncos, so that's my guy.
Well, he doesn't know how to pick teams, and they picked him. Whatever. Um,
Oh, I'm sorry. How many Super Bowls you guys won? I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were saying?
3.
Oh, okay. How many Super
Yeah.
Bowls you been to though?
How many have I been to?
No, how many Super Bowls have they been to?
Oh shit, I don't know. I only worry about the ones we win, sir.
I bet. Go ahead. Yeah, do your thing. All right. We're not wrong
I
with
only worry about the ones we win.
that. Okay.
HTTR, the hell with the C.
Hmm. So
Mm.
so you good? You got yours off?
Yeah, I'm good. Hey man, got
Hey,
mine
no,
off.
pause.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Hey.
Whoa, you
No,
talking
no,
about
yours was crazy. Yours was
that?
crazy.
Wasn't slow
That
down,
was
sir.
crazy what you said. That was crazy. So my what is it? Mount Rushmore of tag teams. We are going with New Age Outlaws, Dudley Boys, Beer Money, and the Briscoes. Feel like honestly, those teams right there, besides Beer Money could be questionable. I know people are probably gonna be like Beer Money's a little bit questionable. I don't know. Out of all the teams, Beer Money, really? I get it. But I had to put somebody
I
different.
don't. I think they go very
We could have
well in it.
swapped them out for Motor City Machine Guns. We could have did that. But I felt like since they're WWE guys now, I didn't want to just like jam a bunch of WWE guys in there. So that's why.
I
Why
could
am I
say
getting a
something.
phone call right now? What is going on?
I could say
Um,
something. I didn't feel. I hated the way they did Motor City Machine Guns in WWE so far. Bringing them
it's
in,
it's
and then
it's a little weird. They
yeah,
like threw them
they threw
like
them
they
at the
threw them.
tag championships, and
Yeah, they threw them way too fast at the top.
now they just kind of with them at the moment. I
I
don't know
mean,
what's
I
going
feel
on
like
there.
they'll do something more,
Oh
but I
no,
just think they.
they'll definitely do something more, but it was just like how they came in was very weird, and like for the uh I always think of Sheed when I the oh my god, my brain is broken. Street Profits. Like I would
Mhm.
see why they would have a legitimate gripe at how the machine guns just kind of came in and were like rocket. rocket shipped to the tag titles just for them to lose them to DIY.
It's a story. Let's let it play
No,
out.
it's a
Let it
story,
play out.
but it
Let
was
it play out.
it sucked, and I like the
It's
machine
not
guns.
even done yet. Let it play
No,
out.
I I've never been like you were talking about earlier with the whole the throwing a team together to win the titles to drop it. Like I've never been a fan of you bring in a team, they automatically get, even though the Motor City Machine Guns are a household name as far as tag teams
Not
go.
yet. They will be now since they're in WWE. But go ahead.
People know them though. You don't think people know who the Motor City Machine Guns are?
Not the general public, like fan wise.
Really?
No.
Okay. Then excuse my language.
Yeah, like not the general. Oh my goodness, this is like getting crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness, yo! I'm telling you, it is crazy out in these streets. Um, were you saying something, or was I saying something?
I was talking about how I didn't like how teams come in and immediately, or just anybody immediately come in and get a title put on them. I've never been a fan of that. To me, it's kind of like a slap in the face to the ones who've been there for a while.
No, I will say it like this: if it brings excitement, I can let the shoehorning them in as champion slot, as long as it brings. Now, if it was like some extra regular team, like they trying to like shoot to the top that really didn't do anything, all right, I'll be like, yo, that's goofy. Like, stop that. But it's in the realm. I'm not going to say in the WWE universe. In the realm of wrestling, they're a well-known team, a well-regarded team, and a respected team. I can appreciate that. That's acceptable. Um, let's say Pretty Deadly, who've been together for a cup of coffee, and they throw it on them, then it's like,
Yeah,
but
but they were at least in like the developmental for a while.
that don't matter to me. If
Oh,
they're
that
not like a well-established NXT, okay, NXT doesn't count, like because I just see it as just a WWE product. So there's just them putting WWE guy over. Motor City Machine Guns were TNA guys, New Japan guys. Like they understand that they bring in core audience and they're well known enough to where to put them over like that. So that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I guess people from Baltimore do. I don't know. Who knows?
from Connecticut just let shit happen. Whatever. It's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically. But
Scared of getting shot out there. We ain't scared of that where I'm from.
people get shot there every day.
That's what I'm saying. People get shot there every day, and people still go willingly live there.
Just Google Baltimore isn't a real place. That's all.
If it became the 51st state, I would not be at all surprised.
Oh my goodness.
So
Lord
yeah,
have
my
mercy.
Mount Rushmore was the APA, Edge and Christian, world's greatest tag team and Legion of Doom. Had to put them in any kind of order. The Legion of Doom would be first, APA second, Edge and Christian third, world's greatest tag team be fourth.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I can accept that. Um, my team that I replaced was the Young Bucks.
Really?
The Young Bucks are a legendary tag team if you think about it. Like they
No,
started their
they are, but I didn't expect that on your list.
honestly, it was up until if you didn't say the world's greatest tag team and what they did in Ring of Honor, I would have kept them on there. But it made me completely forget about the Briscoes. Like I was literally like, I came up with this list last night. I had the Wikipedia pages saved, and I was just like, that's a good list. But then, like I said, I didn't consider Ring of Honor. Like I don't know why. It just in my mind. I just didn't. It didn't like go there. Like, I could have said FTR too, but no. But definitely the Briscoes are up there. They gotta be. So
FTR is an anomaly.
why you say that?
It's like I understand like what they really want to bring back like that old school style of wrestling.
Honestly, I
Of
don't think they
tag
really
wrestling.
bring. I don't think they are old school. I just think they have the aesthetic look, but they're not old school. They're really not. Like
You
if
don't
you
think
watch
so?
their matches, hell no, sir, they're not. They're not. Like if
I
you
mean,
really watch their matches, they just have the aesthetic. They have the look. They have the music, the gear, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Bald guy with a mustache, another guy with like a mullet, kind of. But other than that, dog, they're not. Like you watch their matches, like they do high risk maneuvers, suicide dives. That's not old school,
they didn't do those for a while though.
sir. You must not have been watching their matches then.
I watched their matches. I know like Cash does more suicide. I don't think I'd want to see Dax do it.
I'm just saying,
Suicide
like,
dive.
if you really watch them, like, and I dare the people to do this too. Just look at their matches. They're not really old school. Like they do that sometimes to like impress Jim Cornette, but other than that, it's like, bro, they kind of like
He's
they're what? I'm just saying, like they do that just to like, oh, whatever, like, and it's like, they don't do nothing like.
Jim Cornette. Hey, yep.
If you want to say they're old school, then you can say the Briscoes were, or the New Age Outlaws, or even the Dudleys. Like, like as far as like, do they do innovative moves? No, but they do hurricanranas, they suicide dives, but they do all that stuff. Frog splashes, high risk maneuvers.
I don't consider a frog.
What's old school about that? It's just the look, the music. I'm telling you, if you really watch their matches, it's the look. Because they can go with the best of them. They go with the young bucks. They go with any team. If they were stuck with the old school mentality, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't be entertaining.
Maybe that's why they changed it. I don't know. I just felt like they were trying to get that old school aesthetic back to the tag team.
Well, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Probably, but it's okay. I'll let you have it.
Thank you, sir. So we're gonna call it there because I won. Thank you guys for watching. As for my co-host Ken Washington, we're gonna have more podcasts come out this year. We're gonna have more guests. That's definitely the plan. We spoke about this before starting recording, so we're gonna have that cooking. Definitely subscribe, like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subs within the next 6 months. I'm putting it out there. I
just want to get one of the two channels I'm on over 200. That's
200,000.
200. I didn't say 1,000. I said 200.
Oh, we could do that. We could do what? I get you over 200 easy. Easy.
Okay.